everybody, it's Claire here from Sewn by Claire, and I've got a bit of an information commercial for you. I suppose it's not really a commercial in terms of that I'm getting anything from it, but it's some information that I want to pass on to you. Now, I have had a few people commenting that they've noticed that Lilly Rose Dolls has stopped selling kits for their patterns on their website. The patterns are still available and the patterns with fur are still available, but the actual full kits where you've seen me have a kit opening video, then those kits are no longer available. I don't have any information as to whether that's temporary or permanently that way, so apologies for that, but I'm not in the loop, so I don't know whether that's, as I say, permanent or not. However, I was recently in the UK and I visited Quorn Country Crafts. Now, this is the craft shop, fabric and then wools also, that Claire Bowman, the author and designer, so the author of the book So Felt Animals, that you might have picked up, and I've got my copy here, but who's the designer. So the book is by Claire Bowman, and she's the designer of everything Lilly Rose Dolls related. Then she used to work in that shop before she then branched out and has her own gift emporium business now, which is actually next door to Quorn Country Crafts. Anyway, all of this is a bit of information, but I'll get to the point. So I needed some more fabric for the secret quilt project that I'm doing at the moment, and I've got a bit of a video diary going on behind the scenes. So whilst you're not seeing a lot of content, I'm still busy on the other side filming this quilt video. However, needed some fabric for that, so I popped into Quorn and I saw Becky, who's the owner at Quorn Country Crafts. And I spoke to her and said, look, you know, people are contacting me and we're struggling to get the supplies needed, the haberdashery and the specific fabrics for the Lilly Rose Dolls characters. I don't suppose you can help out at all, can you? And she said, yeah, of course we can. So the good news is they post within the UK. The bad news is they don't currently post internationally. I say currently, I don't know that that situation is going to change or not. Maybe if they have a lot of demand, you never know, they may have a trial go. I don't know. But at the moment, it's just in the UK. However, they are able to match you up with haberdashery, buttons and eyes, and I'm looking elsewhere at what else, ribbons and what have you, I think, and certainly trimmings and laces and that type of thing that would be suitable for making your Lilly Rose Dolls characters out of, and also your lunar lapping characters if you didn't want to buy from Cool Crafting. So it's just a resource for you so that you can buy with confidence, hopefully. Now, what I said to Becky was that if you can, so first thing I'm going to say is, if you do contact them, please can you say that Claire England of Sewn by Claire directed you to their shop. So she's suggesting that you can either contact them by email or you can send them a message as well, or you can telephone. That was the other thing. You can telephone or you can send a message. Now, she doesn't have all of the patterns in stock. I did spot a basket and she had got some patterns in there, but it felt like she was running through them rather than she was recirculating them. Again, it may depend on demand for them. I don't know. That's right, my head's going 10 to the dozen and my mouth's only working so far. My brain's not quite connected to the two at the moment. So if you contact Becky at Quorn Country Crafts, and I'll put their contact details on here, and I'll put a bit on at the end with all of their details. And if you have got the pattern already, if you just photograph just the requirements of the pattern as to what you need, so many meters of fabric for a jacket, so many meters of fabric for a waistcoat, and perhaps say your preference in colours that you're wanting, or whether you're wanting to create that character exactly, in which case enclose a photograph of the actual character from the pattern that you're wanting to create, then she will put together those materials for you to make up a little pack and send it off. Just bear in mind that her minimum order on a certain cut of fabric may be different to what's specified in the pattern. So say for example you need a 2-inch piece of fabric for a nose for a character, and her minimum is 5 inches, then obviously she's going to quote you for the 5 inches minimum size that she has of that piece of felt or fabric. However, I'm hopeful that it's a good way for you to be able to get the fabrics that you need, and you know that from somewhere that you know that Claire has worked in the past, and that's worked well. So that's what I'm thinking that is really good and useful for you, in order that you can hopefully get those things put together. Don't expect it to be packaged in the little box with a little label on the front. She's not making up full kits. Obviously that's the prerogative of Claire and Richard at Lilly Rose Dolls, but she can help you source the fabrics for the outfits. And as I suggested, if you could just mention that I've put you their way. At the moment there's no reciprocal agreement or anything like that, but you never know, if she gets enough inquiries, maybe there might be a discount code in the future or something that we can do, so that, oh sorry, I'm looking a bit boobalicious there, aren't I? Sorry, I didn't realise. And you can you know, you can work with her then to then build up those fabrics, and that it builds up a working relationship between myself and her, and that can actually reap rewards in the future for the things that you want to buy. So there's nothing coming back to me. I don't get a cut of any orders. I don't get a discount off my fabrics. I still pay full price on everything. So there's nothing behind the scenes going off. It's just a way for her to know where the inquiry has come from, in order that if we can then enhance a relationship in the future, then there could be some benefit for you in the future. That's what I'm hoping. Because ideally I'd love it if somebody as a supplier came to me and said, oh, I'd like to supply the fabrics for you. We'll give a 5% or 10% discount to your subscribers. Just quote this code and they'll get the discount. That would be fab. But at the moment, nothing like that's happening. So I can't offer anything like that at the moment. But if she knows that I'm pushing people towards her website and through to her email, then it just helps in the future. This is the thought process anyway. Who knows what's going to happen? So that would be my suggestion. The other thing to note is that at the moment, I know there are some delays on the posting out of orders from Lilly Rose Dolls. Again, I'm not in the loop. I don't know why. I'm just talking about people who've been in my Facebook group who are then saying to me that they have been waiting for some orders. So it seems to be around a fortnight at the moment between your order being placed and the order being shipped. And some people aren't always getting a email confirmation that it's being shipped with a tracking code, which I know can be a bit frustrating, but I'm really sorry, it's completely out of my hands. I don't have any influence and I don't have any ability to help those orders along. So I know 1 or 2 people have contacted me in the past and I've had to say sorry, and I feel really bad about that, but it's just completely outside of my control. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that you are able to find some items that you want, and that you some fabrics for your characters from there, and that you can source the things like the beads and the little watch maybe. I don't know, you have to speak to Becky about what she can provide for you, but that's the best thing to do. Photo of the character that you want to make, if you want to create them exactly or as closely as possible, and then a picture of the requirements for the fabrics, and then Becky will be able to help you with that. Okay, that's all from me for now. I'm off to do a bit more quilting and try and get the secret quilt finished, and then I can get on with something else. I hope you're all having a great day, and I hope everything's all okay with you guys. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers as well. I don't know who's mentioned me, but somebody has, because my subscribers is starting to climb. But whoever it is, I'm really, really grateful to them. So if you know who it is, pop a note in the comments below, and then I can thank them properly. But in the meantime, for all of you being here, thank you. I really appreciate you, and there'll be some more content to come very, very soon. I'm sorry it's been a bit sparse, but if you looked at my last catch-up video, then you'll see that there's been so much happening behind the scenes, but it's starting to thin out a bit, and I'm starting to get a bit more focused again, and then I can be here doing some more videos for you. Okay, with that in view, have a great day everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. Happy sewing. Bye.